YouTube channel. Al is away on a long distance bike ride, so he's asked me to substitute. This is day 73. Actually, I'm on the same bike ride, and we're camped in this beautiful high forest, cedars, and I don't know what all, spruce. Had a nice night. Today we're riding from Apgar Campground down to Grangeville, and maybe more comforts. Should be a nice day. It's clear, not so cold. Hopefully the big logging trucks won't be too bad. That's the fear.
Early morning sun shining on the tops of the pine trees. Down here, still dawn. The valley we're riding through at this point is barely 100 yards wide. You have a sheer mountain on my left-hand side coming down to the river, and on the right-hand side you have the road, and on the right side of the road you have a sheer mountainside going up. So it's not very wide, and we've been following this pretty much all day yesterday, and for a while today we're going to follow it. It is absolutely beautiful though. Well, we made it to Lowell and the Wilderness Inn Motel and Cafe. I'm hoping the cafe's open at 8 o'clock. That's what we're hoping. A quick little 7-mile ride this morning. Well, the restaurant opens at 8. We're here at 7:15, so we have to wait around 45 minutes. We've decided to push on to Kushka, which is about 20 miles away, where we know we can get a nice warm breakfast and we're not wasting an hour sitting here. So that's what we're gonna do. Nice looking cabins right on the river. Several of them, and a swimming pool to boot. With all the little creeks flowing into the Kushka River, it's a bigger, quieter, deeper river now. Here anyway. How big the river is getting. Here's how some people get to their house. They park their cars here and they pull themselves across with these cable lines. But there's a different look here. Trees are gone. Grasses on the mountainsides are all burned. Pretty dry through this section. And by the way, the river has morphed into the Clearwater River. It hooked up with a couple other rivers several miles back, and now it's even bigger, deeper. Still beautiful. Old steel suspension bridge going over the Clearwater River. We're coming into Kushka. We're hoping to find breakfast in here, since the last, I'm not sure you can call it a town or a city or anything, community, they weren't open. Kushka. Population 607. I guess that's better than the 28. Hey, check this out. We can do a church of the day today. The Gateway Christian Fellowship Church. Worship service Sunday 11 a.m. I'm sure they'd appreciate your business. All right, we found Kushka. Nice looking little downtown area. They'll definitely have a restaurant here. Purdy's Farm Table. The Farm Table Cafe. We're gonna try it out and see how it is. I bet you it'll be great because we're all hungry. We had a great breakfast at the Kushka Cafe. $14 plus tax was $15, plus 2 for a tip was $17. Nice meal. We've got 30 miles under our belt. We've got about 25 to go. And so far it's been all downhill, but from here it's all uphill with one steep climb. Should be coming up here in the next mile or two. But it's been a good ride so far. Weather's beautiful. One thing I forgot to mention, which is good news, the restaurant where we stayed actually had Wi-Fi. So I brought my iPad in, hooked it up to the Wi-Fi, and I uploaded yesterday's video into YouTube. So you guys should be able to watch it today. Woohoo! Well, we're going against the flow of the river now after leaving Cusco, which means the downhill is done and the uphill is beginning. The environment has totally changed though. All of the pines, not all, but most of the pines have disappeared, and we have just rock faces, some pines, and a lot of brown grasses. Well, these are some true switchbacks. This is the road we're coming up on. It goes over there, goes down there, and then we're coming up from that valley down there. And this is all up. And we're still going from here. So if you look close, you can see one of our riders down there. That's a telephoto, but now you take the telephoto off and you see him slowly climbing up these switchbacks. Needless to say, I'm 2 switchbacks above him, and I still have switchbacks to go, because if you look close, you can see that arrow. You might be able to see that arrow right behind that truck. And that arrow has a big 180-degree turn on it, and I gotta turn and continue up. Such is life. This is the way I came. That's the road, and then we've down the other side of that house and down along that tree line into that valley. This has been by far the hardest climb since Kentucky, and it's still going. Several stops, I'm even walking. All right, I'm taking another break, but I'm gonna have you come along for the ride for this next segment. I hope I can go a minute or two without stopping. Maybe you'll get a feel for what it's like. This has gotta be a 10% grade, and it's been going for, I don't know, a couple, 2 or 3 miles. It's a tough one. Here we go. I'm in my granny gear. That means it's the smallest gear I have. My speedometer is reading 3.5 miles an hour. I know you probably can't tell the grade by the video. Suffice to say, I'd say it's a 9 or 10% grade. It's unbelievably tough. And I can only go for a short time before I have to stop and take a break. I've talked several times about that new level of sweat. Well, needless to say, I've hit it on this climb, that's for sure. Okay. Oh shit. There's a picture of the valley we're climbing out of. It's got to be 2,000 feet down there, at least. And I'm going to hold the camera level. Hopefully you can tell that road is still going up. So I was walking up a portion of this climb, and a car coming down the other way rolled down in his window, and he either said one of 2 things. 1 more mile, bud, or you're down, excuse me, or he said, you're done around the corner, bud. I'm not sure which. Well, I can say one thing for sure. It's a beautiful view from the top. A lot of farming on this upper mountain plateau, mostly hay. And I think this is oats over here. Still lots of hills. mother and calf enjoying some salt up here on this plateau at the top of the mountain. I think my voice scared them away. Butt view. Here is a neat old barn. I would love to know the story behind it. It's half falling down. It's been half repaired on the roof. I think a strong wind would blow it over, but I'd love to know the story, and that's why this is the barn of the day. Well, we made it to Grangeville. A couple people, I think Dave and Joel, are gonna go spend the night in a hotel. And the rest of us are gonna go up this hill, turn left, and go to the Lions Club Park, where we're gonna spend the night. I'm gonna go into the cash and carry market and buy some food so I don't have to go back out once I get to the Lions Club. Well, we got everything all set up, tents, everything. Mark got the clothes washed, and believe it or not, we're coming to Jungle Jim's Indoor Play Center and Cafe for dinner. It's close, and it's reasonable, and it looks like a decent little place. And here we are, a couple of us have already gotten food. I'm waiting for mine, and Mark's waiting for his. How's the food?
Fantastic. Good place to eat.